Professor Bill here to tell you a little bit about Act 3, Scene 2 of Midsummer Night's Dream. We're in an argument scene. Helena and Lysander are speaking with each other. Lysander has been bewitched to fall in love with Helena. Helena doesn't want anything to do with him because she's in love with Demetrius. And she's very confused because Lysander has never shown any interest in her before. So Helena is talking to him, and she argues that he shouldn't be paying attention to her. Lysander, of course, being convinced by this spell that's been cast upon him, says, "I had no judgment when to her I swore. Helena, no more in my mind, now you give her o'er." Lysander, "Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you." And there's Demetrius waking up to say, "Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect and divine." Of course, now he is completely in love with her, and the love triangle has completely switched. But let's go back and talk about the things that are going on here. We've got iambic pentameter. You noticed perhaps that there's rhyming couplets happening throughout this piece. We also have a pretty cool metaphor, some simile, allusion, cliche, and this great term that I love to say, stigmathea. So let's look at the metaphor first. When we're talking about the vows that Lysander is giving to Helena, Helena says, "These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails." They're going to weigh evenly, which is kind of interesting, and they will both be light. So the vows are being compared to something that can be weighed, something physical. And of course, they don't weigh anything. And of course, it's completely true. By the end of this play, Lysander will have forgotten everything he thinks about Helena. We also have this cool device called stigmathea, which I love. And it is right in this passage here. When you have two characters arguing with each other, and when their lines are very short and contradict each other or contest each other, that's stigmathea. So here Lysander says, "I had no judgment when to her I swore. Helena counters, nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er." In addition to being complementary, they are also a rhyming couplet, swore and o'er, which is a kind of fun way to get things going. But of course, these couplets continue, and they continue in the form of cliches. When Demetrius wakes up, he calls her a goddess, a nymph, perfect, divine. None of these really means anything. And then he wants to compare her eyes to crystal. Oh, that's brilliant, comparing somebody's eyes to crystal. The illusion is older than dirt. It gets a little bit better. He talks about her skin, saying that the white Taurus snow turns to a crow compared to her hand. So it's kind of cool that he says that the snow turns to a crow, and it does rhyme as well. Again, her skin is white as snow. Come on, man, get something a little bit more original. And in the end, all he's doing is asking for a kiss. So that's what's happening in this piece. We've got iambic pentameter throughout, rhyming couplets, we've got a metaphor, we've got similes all through this passage here. We've got allusion, of course, to Taurus, and we've got these cliches by Demetrius. All in all, a lot going on in a short passage.